a knight missing for black. All right, so both players have a knight, 2 rooks, a queen, and 6 pawns. And the problem that white has is he has a weak back rank. Now, what do we mean by the back rank? The files go up and down, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. The ranks go sideways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the back rank for black is number 8, and the back rank for white is number 1. And white has a weak back rank, which means that his king can't run. Remember we said CPR, the 3 ways to get out of check? Capture, protect, and run. Well, this king, let's take these rooks away just to give you an example. If this ever happens, it would be checkmate. You see? The king can't run. Now, if there was a pawn here, then the king, well, actually that knight would stop him from running. But let's say there was, the queen was out of the way, the king could always run here. But when you have a weak back rank, what it really means is your king can never run if he gets checked on the back rank. And that's what's going to cause all kind of problems for white in this position. Now, it's black to move, and this is an amazing game. The queen is attacking black's rook, the rook is attacking black's rook, the queen is attacking black's knight, and believe it or not, he's not going to defend any of them, and he's going to win the game. What move can black make, even though his knight is hanging, his rook is hanging, and his rook is hanging? Taking advantage of the weak back rank, what move can black make here? And if you don't find it, I won't blame you because it's kind of difficult.
What did you say again?
What's that?
What did you say again?
Black, it's black's move. And you would think that black would have to defend the knight, which is being attacked, would have to defend the rook, which is being attacked, would have to defend the rook, which is being attacked. But he doesn't do any of that. Instead, he makes a surprising move, which I'll probably have to show you because it's very complicated. He goes rook takes the pawn, which really looks like an amazing move. It looks like the rook could take the rook could take this rook, or the queen could take the knight. And yet, what would happen if he took this rook? How would he lose the game? What would black play here? Remember the weak back rank, after.
The rook would capture the rook.
Right, and that would be checkmate, because as we said earlier, the king can't run. So obviously you can't take that rook, but how about if he took this rook? What would happen now?
The rook would take the rook.
Right, the rook would take this rook, and it would take one move longer, but again, it would still be checkmate. All right, but how about the knight? The knight, nobody's guarding the knight, so white says, well, all right, I don't have to take your rook. So, thank you very much, I'll just take your knight. So now what does black do? He just lost the whole knight, and yet he has a brilliant move which will help him get his knight right back. What move do you think black plays here that will get his knight back? Well, can he attack? Right now he's attacking the knight once, but the queen's guarding it. Can he attack that knight a second time with one of his pieces? Well, which one of black's pieces could attack that knight?
Rook.
The rook. So the rook simply comes down and attacks the knight.
Queen already attacking. So
All right,
he's
so now
asking
the knight's
another
attacked
piece.
twice. Now here's the problem that he has. He can't guard that knight because, well, first of all, he still can't take this rook because of what we said before, that would be checkmate. What would happen if this rook came over to guard the knight? What would he play? After. Believe it or not, he could just take the knight because the same thing works. You still can't go rook takes rook without him taking this rook, and he can't go rook.
It's
It's the
yeah.
same thing. And if he takes with the queen, then you go queen takes rook, and it's still the same. So that doesn't guard the knight, and you can't move the knight away because if you move the knight away, you lose your queen. And how about if he brings up this pawn to guard the knight? Something even worse would happen. If he brought that pawn up to guard the knight, how would black checkmate in one move?
What's that?
Can you see the one move checkmate? How do you checkmate that guy in one move?
The queen.
Right, the queen would checkmate because now that the pawn moved up, the rook is guarding the queen. So white, unbelievably, can't guard the knight. He can't move it without losing his queen, and nobody can guard it. So what he does, he has a clever idea. And by the way, this rook is here. Let's get the rook on the right square. So he sacrifices his queen. He goes queen down check. The rook takes. The rook takes check. The king goes there, and now he can take the rook. Okay? And now, of course, black can take the knight. So let's count the material. So it's even material. It's 2 rooks and 5 pawns. That's 15. Against the queen and 6 pawns, that's 15. But why is black way, way better here? And it's that same thing we started out the lesson with. What's the problem that white has still?
Weak back line.
Weak back rank. He still has to worry about getting checkmated. In fact, the only move that he can make is rook is being attacked and the queen is threatening mate, so he has no choice but to bring the rook back in order to stop the checkmate. Okay? And now when the queen comes down like this, attacking that pawn, he has to play here to guard the pawn. And you see how black has the better position. So even though the way the author describes it is the queen is better, even though it's even material, look how the queen is attacking, look how the rooks are pushed way, way back. You can see who controls the squares, and eventually black won. He kept pushing his pawn forward, he brought his king in to help the pawn, and eventually he won the game. But that was an amazing position that we started out with because you have a knight and 2 rooks hanging, and you don't guard any of them. And it's an amazing, and it won the Brilliancy Prize for black in the U.S. Championship, so that was a really good game. Now, there was another one I wanted to show, if I can find it. So he said they don't index this book properly.